Our plank suicides are pretty much a total body workout in that they involve multiple muscle groups all across our body, including our shoulders, triceps, chest, back, core, quads, hip flexors, pretty much everything to stabilize our body here. This is an increased difficulty exercise compared to some of our other plank variations. So you can always throw in another plank variation such as a plank saw or a plank march in place of this if you need to. However, this exercise takes it to another level in that we are focusing on pressing movements, kind of like combining a push-up with our other core stability exercises here. Set up for this, we're going to get into a push-up or a hand plank position to where those wrists are directly underneath of those shoulders. Abs nice and tight, straight line from the head all the way down to those toes. We're going to start with dropping down to that right forearm. We're then going to drop down to that left forearm. We're then going to press on up with that right, back on up here, and then we're going to press on up with that left to that starting position. Now we're going to go in the opposite order. Before I dropped down with my right side, now I'm going to drop down with my left forearm, drop down to my right forearm, then press up with my left as I press up with my right. And I'm going back and forth, leading with one and then the other. This downward and upward motion is really focusing on that extension, so that pressing movement for those triceps, also for the chest and for the shoulders, so that pushing up motion is working that entire front portion of the upper body as well as the back of the arms. Throughout this movement, though, you're really wanting to focus on keeping our abs nice and tight to make this sure that this is a core workout as well. So, one of the most common mistakes on this one is kind of relaxing from that upper body down. So getting up into position here and then kind of just moving around a lot with those hips as I go through this movement and just kind of letting that lower body kind of forgetting about it and more focusing on just moving with the upper body. Make sure that you're engaging those abs throughout this entire movement. You want a nice, steady base of support all the way down your body. As you're dropping down, this is a controlled movement. I'm squeezing my abs, pulling that belly button up in towards the spine to make sure that my entire body is working throughout it. Easier option for this exercise, since it is a lot tougher exercise, dropping down to those knees. Remember, when we drop down to those knees, just like we do for those push-ups, we're going to drop those hips on down, squeeze those abs, but that straight line now from those knees up to that head, wrists are still underneath those shoulders. Dropping down forearm, forearm, back to that wrist, pressing up with that other side, and then dropping down or leading with that other arm.